Hello and welcome to our Alaskan Oasis. My name is Taa'lyei Twyman. I'm a humanistic behavior scientist, creative writer, and data-driven optimist. Today I am coming to you live from our Alaskan Oasis in Nak'gik Bay, Alaska, on Prince of Wales Island in Tlingit, the lands of the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian people, here in Southeast Alaska. I am coming to you with an important message and a specific and direct ask for support. We need your support, whether that is financial, sweat equity, something. We need assistance now, and it is too far gone. This is a crisis emergency situation, and we must do something now before it's too late. Before I go too far, before I get really started, I am going to sing the spirit song to call in all of our ancestors, past, present, and future, into this moment so they can hear what needs to be said. They can hear what needs to be heard. They can listen deeply, and they can know the truth for what it is. They feel it in their own lives every single day. And we are done hiding in the shadows. We are done waiting to be heard. We are done waiting for help. We are going to take the power back. Prince of Wales Wellness Alliance, we are going to take the power back, and we are going to heal from within because we know who we are and we know what we're doing. And we deserve to be compensated for the emotional labor that is being put in every single day to make sure that people don't die by their own hands. Excessive drinking is a form of suicide. It is a slow suicide, and people know it. And yet they still do it. Hlaa, hey, way, hey, oh, hey, oh, yeah, hey, hey. Today is a big, heavy day. There's a lot going on in this world. And in particular, in my world, I am attempting to support a woman. She is middle-aged. She is Kagwantan. And I know she has many, many family members on this island that could step up and that could help. There's one person, Trina, thank you for your contribution, for your support. I know that you know me and you know my work. And you know my heart. This is why I do it. I do it for Dr. Kagwan. This is the place to which I was called. 30 years ago, I was here as a teenager. And I became close to the Marsden family and laid my hands on the Healing Heart totem pole and heard the stories. And I felt the stories because it was also my story. And I committed that moment to do something different. I wanted to do something different for myself and for my family. I didn't want to make the same mistakes. I didn't want to do the same things. I didn't want to be running from the same dragons. And so I committed myself and I dedicated myself to doing better every day and getting better every day and not being such an asshole and just, learning about the brain and neuroscience and, the power of music and healing and connection to culture and language, learning about the brain and our bodies and how it works and how child development and adult development and disabilities and both the ones that you're born with and the ones that you get along the way and like how we need to help each other. And I have a master's of education in helping people with low incidence disabilities, which are like the most severe and complex and chronic disabilities. Like, this is what I've studied, this is what I've done, this has been my life's work. And then I come here and I see so much pain and I see so much suffering and I see that like there's things that we could do to help that are like really not that hard. There's simple parsimonious solutions. That's what we do as behavior analysts. We're looking for patterns of behavior and identifying functions. So our interventions are targeted. They're not just like willy-nilly like throwing spaghetti at the wall. Like they're targeted interventions for intense things. And even like Juliet Hope, she said, we would say, oh, like we have like an 80% success rate. And I was like, okay, then what? Like, I'll take the 20%. Like the 20% that you can't help, give them to me. And let's make that, like, that's our target population. That's who we're trying to help. is these people with like complex, chronic, lifelong disabilities who just, they want to live their lives. They want to be autonomous. They don't want to be dependent on anybody. They're individuals, but they still do need help. And so, like, what could we do differently, right, to actually help people who are in these situations? And the reality is that there's a lot we could do. There's so much that we could do to help. And like what I decided to do for this woman of the Kagwantan, who I have been attempting to support, is a mobile peer support and crisis prevention provider, just like doing my very best. This is just like my business. I'm a humanistic behavior scientist, but my license is I'm a licensed behavior analyst. I'm licensed in the state of Alaska. I have a national certification as a board certified behavior analyst. Like I'm a studied and accomplished person in a different time and a different world. But like right now in this moment, you know, my husband and I have chosen to live here and chosen to call this our home and chosen to like see what we could do, like as both of us as survivors of childhood trauma, like what could we do to help, like use our story to help others. And like I feel like at every turn there's pushback. At every turn there's like, you know, negative Nancy's, and people are just like, oh, it's going to cost too much money. And it's like, it's really not. Like, I don't feel like, you know, it's like, yes, OVK invested some money into this, like July and August. They supported the work that I was doing. But then after that, they're like, we can't do any more. Like, we have, like, the data that we need to make the case. But, like, I, as a behavior scientist, like, my ethics don't allow me to just, like, drop somebody hot potatoes. That's just like, I'm sorry, that's not how we roll. Like, it's literally in the ethics code. Like, we can't do that. Like, once we've established a working relationship, like, my ethics say I follow it through. And so this is me following it through. This is me following it through and asking for help. Like, she's called out to law enforcement for help. And the fact that law enforcement hasn't identified this as a clear case of abuse of a person with a disability, like a vulnerable adult, like, holy, like, you've got to be tripping. Like, in 4 months, I have enough data to make a case against a few people in this community. And that's not to, like, I'm not trying to throw stones and get people in trouble, but this is what restorative justice is all about. Let's put all the cards on the table. Let's actually talk about it. Like, if we want anything to change, we actually have to do something to change. Okay? And if you want to do something to change, like, show up. November 2nd, show up in Kasaan. November 14th, show up in Craig. November 19th, show up in Klawock. That's all I'm going to say. Show up in those places and see what happens. If you want to be part of the solution, show up. If you want to continue to be part of the problem, you can suck a bag of dicks and eat a bag of assholes. And that's what you have got from me. This is, again, Taa'lyei, Abby Twyman, Auntie Babs, Mr. the Mysterious. What else? What other monikers do I have? Pumpkin Spice. Honey Bear. I'm going to use this rest of this 15 minutes of my TED Talk to show you this beautiful place that we are about to leave because nobody seems to give two single solitary fucks about anything enough to want to invest anything. I've put in $2,700 of my own hard-earned cashola. I got skin in the game, bro. And so, what are you going to do? What are we going to do together to heal, to take the power back? I love you so much. Everything I do is for you. My sisters, my brothers, my mamas, my papas, my chinas, my nanas. I love you guys.